Okay, that's a very awesome comprehension and explanation to us. When within later at the seminar that you conduct here in Jakarta, we've been doing we've been talking to other schools, and most of the people that will come, the audience, the counselors, the teachers, the parents, most of them will be within the primary school, right?
Yes.
Primary school, so around year one to year six. Usually, in international here in Jakarta, there's a IB, International Baccalaureate, and Cambridge. So the concerns that at least I got yesterday was that they want this new way of teaching. It's kind of complement the existing system that they already have. It seems like they're saying like that. It's like maybe it's about, I don't know, maybe it's if it's totally brand new, the learning curve would be just too high or something. But uh, my question is how can charismatic system from year one to year six, the one that you are teaching, will actually help teachers and counselors from the IB and Cambridge school so that it can be more effective in helping children mastering math.
Yeah, the curriculum, it's in popular parlance, curriculum is often understood as, well, there's the IB curriculum and there's the Cambridge curriculum, and the curriculums and curriculi. It actually is a very generic term. In mathematics, a curriculum, all that it means is that you have that much content. Mathematics, imagine mathematics content starting level here, the floor, and that's the ceiling. You need to cover this content over a period of 10 years, 12 years, whatever. How do you split it up? And you split it up according to grade levels. Now, in California, they split it up in a certain way. They'll decide, well, we'll teach how to add in grade one, but we'll only teach this much. In China, they might want to do it differently. But the content or the amount that goes inside into a curriculum is the same. Everywhere you have to learn how to add and subtract and multiply and divide and fractions and decimals, the works, you know it all. You have it everywhere. You have to teach all of this. So people may differ geographically, culturally, linguistically, whatever. They may differ that, my 8-year-old in Chile, we'll teach them this addition or subtraction in grade one. And somebody in Japan will say, no, well, we want to do it and we want to teach fractions in grade one and maybe a little bit of it, but we start from there. And somebody will say, actually, we'll introduce algebra in grade four. Well, others will say, no, wait, we're going to introduce it in grade six. But the fact is, they're still talking about add, subtract, multiply, divide, and algebra, trigonometry, etc. The content is the same. So we can safely say that there is a universal curriculum in mathematics. It's just organized differently according to different national or state curriculums. But what you teach in it is the same. So IB curriculum is great because what IB curriculum does, and some of the other curriculums, whether it's Cambridge or Singapore and others, there's more and more emphasis, because initially curriculum was all about what you teach when. And there are certain outcomes. So when you teach something, the outcome should be something which is very specific and you can measure and you can test. And that's a curriculum. That's basically the design of a curriculum. Of course, there are deeper philosophical aspects to a curriculum, which means you design a curriculum according to whether it is going to produce a whole population of citizens who will be prepared and equipped to meet the demands of the coming century, coming decades, for the new generation, for generational change, can then meet and equip themselves to meet those demands and be good functioning citizens with jobs. and with abilities to be productive and create more wealth for the nation, what kind of citizen do you want that person to be in the next 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 years? And those ideas or perceptions impregnate a curriculum with, and say, well, we will design a curriculum that produces those kind of citizens. And that's what we do with mathematics and with science or whatever. And Chris Math basically has drawn a lot out of these, my experiences, and those of others like me, to develop a curriculum of its own, which focuses what to learn, why to learn, when to learn, how to learn, and what to do when you learn it, which means go and turn them into a set of tools so that you can do problem solving. Go and turn your learning into knowledge, because eventually you can't stay in a state of learning. You have to turn it into knowledge. Go and take what you learn. Remember, you have to remember it. You have to recall it. If you've recalled it, you have to apply it. If you apply it, you have to make sure that you apply it intelligently and well and make all the connections so that you can solve a problem and learn different appropriate strategies to solve problems. All of that is included in Chris Math. So in that sense, Chris Math feeds the needs of a lot of curriculums across the world, because all curriculums, enlightened or not, will need that kind of approach, will need to tap into a resource that helps them do what they have been designed to do, what they intend to do, what they want to do, and what they want to do to be successful in. A lot of curriculums that are being implemented in classrooms today throughout the world come with the best intent, but they don't have the courseware. They've left it to the teachers to do it the way they'd like to, and 1,000 teachers are doing it 1,000 different ways, and so they're producing a very uneven development and progression of mathematical thinking among a population and generations of students.